been an exciting year, hasn't it, if you're a fan of Mini? I mean, first up we had the new Mini Electric, which I went out to Barcelona for to go and drive, and it was chucking it down with rain and we got absolutely drenched. Then we had the Mini Countryman, which Ginny got to go to a beach and it was sunshine and she got to drive and it was really nice. And now we have this, the Mini Aceman. We are here in Denmark to give it a drive and it's extremely windy and chilly, but hey, we digress. This is, well, we're being told, the combination of the Mini Electric and the Mini Countryman. Do you reckon it'll be any good? Let's find out. To give you some perspective on size, Mini Electric, Aceman, Countryman, Aceman, Countryman, Aceman, Mini Electric, Aceman, Countryman, Aceman. You get it? It's basically the same size as a Jeep Avenger. It's that kind of size. Whew. By the way, don't forget to subscribe and all that jazz. In terms of design, it's a tricky one, this. I've always been a fan of Mini, and I love the new Mini Cooper, and I love the Countryman. And it's a bit like the people who designed the Countryman did the front, and the people who did the Cooper did the back. And they've just kind of gone and mulched it into one thing. Because at the front, it's all very kind of jigger-jaggery, very sort of hexagonal vibes going on. But then at the same time, you've got round mirrors. I mean, down the side, this is where it looks a bit more Mini Cooper, I guess. But the front is definitely Countryman. It's all it's quite a mishmash of everything just turned into one car. Rear window also looks tiny. I mean, we're going to have a little look and see what it's like once you're sat in there to see how dark and claustrophobic it might feel, but this actually looks really diddy. These roof rails, standard Countryman vibes. At the back, Mini Cooper vibes. It's a bit more curvaceous, if you will. I quite like the lights though. That's quite a nice light design. Having a little look inside the boot, we have got 300 litres of space, which is not a lot. I mean, it's less than the Jeep Avenger, it's less than the Volvo EX30, but it is 90 litres more than the Mini Cooper manages. So there we go. And if you do need more space, you can fold down the rear seats and you've got 1,000 litres, just in case you're carrying mega big stuff. We're going to get 3 trim levels in the UK, Classic, Exclusive and Sport. All 3 come with 17-inch alloys, which are the most efficient, but they're not the best looking ones. So you'll notice that a lot of the press pictures that you'll see, especially this one that you're looking at right now, has the 19-inch wheels, because fashion has a price, right? All right, I'm going to say it. Nobody does. I'm going to say it better. All right, I'm going to say it. Nobody does interiors quite like Mini. This is how you do cool, unconventional Tesla. Are you listening? Because there's fabric where you think there should be plastic on the doors, all up here. And then there's nothing where you think there should be something, which I kind of like in a weird way. The design of everything is just really well put together and well thought about and done in a really cool way. I mean, even just like the door handles, quite weird looking. And then the smallest door bins I've seen in my entire life, but hey, they fit a bottle of water, that'll do. And then down here, I mean, there's just a whole lot of nothing. Like, I don't get it, but also I kind of like it. And then you've got a little, I mean, what's the point in that? Oh, there's a couple of like charge ports and stuff. It's very different is what it is. Do I love it? Yeah. This little strap here on the steering wheel, what does it do? Nothing. Do I like it? Yeah. This little strap here, can you fit anything underneath it? No. Do I like it? Yeah, I do. I just think, as you sit in here, you feel like you are sat in something special. It's a really lovely looking thing. I mean, even down here, all these switches are basically nods to the original Mini from 1959. So, like to turn it on, the key used to be down here. So now it's like a key turny thing. And I just think it's great. I really do. Can I tell you about the screen? Me and Manos were having a conversation earlier. And Manos went, I don't like the screen. And I went, why? And he said, because it's too good. And I think he's right. and I see what he means. It's so high def that it's borderline computer game. So like as you're driving, the sat-nav looks incredible. And then it will use the cameras at the front as you're making turns and things. And it looks amazing. We watched an entire video on here earlier and it was so crisp. It's too good. And it's a perfect circle, which does make it quite annoying if you're using CarPlay and stuff, because actually it's only a tiny little sort of screen in the middle. It doesn't take over the whole circle. If it ever did, I think that would be much better. But you can chop and change it to how you like it. It's so customizable. So you can have a picture of your family in the background if you want to. You can change your experiences as you're driving. So you've got core, you've got green, which is your eco mode, personal, which is where you can have a nice picture of your beautiful faces. Then you've got vivid, which is where everything all turns really cool. And then you've got, what we can go along here, timeless, one of my favorites. So this looks like sort of classic Mini. Look at that, beautiful. And then balance, zen, very calm, very zen. Closes this, makes it all just very lovely in here. And there, oh, what's trail? I've never done trail before. That's a bit like timeless. Oh, it's like a compass. Oh, that's cool. Where's go-kart? Go-kart's the one I like. Maybe that's further up. There it is. Woohoo! Go-kart, because it's a Mini. Oh, I didn't show this to you. We can open that. So that will make the cabin feel nice and bright. But also, these bits here light up. Oh, it's a charming little thing, isn't it? I really like it. I really do. Welcome to the rear seats. Right, this is set up for my driving position. I'm 5'6.5", so I've got a bit of leg room. There's a bit of leg room. I wish this came back further, because you know, as I was walking around the car earlier, I said about the windows looking small. This could feel quite dark. Yeah, it's an interesting space, because actually for your passengers, there's not a lot going on. So there's nothing to pull down here to like put your things in. The door bins are the smallest door bins in all the land. And I thought the ones at the front were small, but no, bottle of water. No, it's not physically possible. That's just going to get full up with rubbish, isn't it? You have one cup holder. So your passengers are going to have to fight to the death over who gets to use the one cup holder. That's it. Which is not a problem that you get in the Avenger, because there is no cup holder. But you do get 2 charge ports here, and that's it. Right, you've got 2 versions to choose from. So you have the E and the SE. So the E has a 38.5 kilowatt hour battery. The SE has a 49.2 kilowatt hour battery. Just in case you were wondering, those are the usable numbers, by the way. So in terms of range, WLTP, the E version will do around 185 miles and the SE will do 237 miles. Now let's be honest, real world, probably 140 for the smaller battery, 190 for the bigger battery, which is okay. I wish it could get you a little bit further, I do, but it's okay. And look, in terms of what this is like to drive, I feel like this should be a bit softer, because you can't help but naturally compare this to the normal Mini Cooper, right? But the Mini Cooper is a go-kart. It's kind of the point of the Mini Cooper. It is a go-kart. You want to throw it around. You understand that it is slightly firmer than what it should be, because you treat it as a go-kart and you whip it and you chuck it round corners. Strong chuckability. The Countryman, bit softer, bit smoother, because that's what the car is designed for, right? This, because it's kind of a middleman, this is the middle Mini, I feel like it could be a little bit softer. Now in terms of speed, perfectly reasonable, nothing too mega exciting, but the E has 181 horsepower. That'll do 0 to 60 in about 7.9 seconds. And then the SE has 215 horsepower. That will do 0 to 60 in 7.1 seconds. It's not knock your socks off quick. It's not. I mean, it will feel quick because it's an electric car, and as soon as you put your foot down, it goes and it makes the really cool noises. But it's not anything to get too excited about. Now, both versions come with front-wheel drive only, so there is no all-wheel drive option. You only really get that in the Countryman. You won't get that in this. So if you do need something all-wheel drive, you'd go for a Countryman. I suppose if you want something the size of a Volvo EX30, you would absolutely choose this, because sat in the interior of the Volvo is like being sat in a naked prison cell, isn't it? Oh, you do have full one pedal driving, which is very nice. So you don't have like flappy paddles or anything behind the steering wheel. Instead, you have essentially the B button, which a lot of cars have. So like any Stellantis model, you know, like a Jeep Avenger, that will have a B button, but that won't bring you down to a complete stop. This will bring you down to a complete stop, and it's actually pretty good. I'm a big fan of one pedal driving. So is Ginny. So is Nikki. So there we go. We love a bit of one pedal driving. It's just way more convenient. Tell you what, the roads in Denmark are really nice. This is the thing with an international car launch. Brands know what they're doing. They know that if they take us to a country where they have really lovely smooth roads, we'll all assume that the car is really smooth, which is exactly what it feels like right now. But as soon as you get it over to the UK on our rutted British B roads, that's when you can truly tell what the car is actually like. So as soon as we get this car in the UK, we will test it and see what it's actually like in terms of how firm it really is. Because this is a really annoyingly smooth road. But it's nice. Rapid charging, well, like the range figures, they're okay, but they're not exactly the best in class. The Aceman E has a peak speed of 60 kilowatts, while the SE tops out at 95 kilowatts. Now, MINI does say that it's the delivery curve rather than the peak that's important, and a 10 to 80% charge will take around 29 minutes, which is really only a few minutes longer than a Jeep Avenger takes. AC charging, well, that peaks at 11 kilowatts, which is better news. Prices. Now, in terms of this particular car, you can get it in 3 trims. So you've got Classic, Exclusive and Sport. And in all 3 of them, you can get both size batteries, which I think is very important. If you're going to go for the Classic, that starts at £36,300. If you go for the Exclusive, which is the mid-range one, then that is £39,050. And then if you go for top spec, you go for Sport, that is £40,060. It's a lot of money. But look, if you love a Mini, but you don't quite have the budget for the Aceman, panic not, because over at electrifying.com we have a huge selection of used and pre-loved Minis for you to choose from, you lucky things. So there you have it, the missing piece in the Mini jigsaw puzzle. She's now complete. Ta-da! Question is, would you go for one of these, or would you go for a Volvo EX30 or even a Jeep Avenger? No, Manos. You decide. Let us know in the comment section below, and we'll see you next time.